horoscopes for the lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces, September 7th, 2025. It's important to note, however, that because the United States didn't see this eclipse, it's operating more as a full moon with maybe a slight oomph to it. Ancient Hellenistic astrology doesn't really honor the eclipse energy if you can't see it. So go watch the video that I posted prior to this one, and I'll try to link it in here, where I actually describe the energy of the moon in total to give you a little bit greater synopsis. But this is just the horoscopes for each sign. So let's get into it. Leo, you're up first in this video. This moon is falling in your 8th house with the sun falling in the 2nd house. This is all about striking a balance, closing certain cycles out, starting new ones within value. The 8th house, where the moon sits, is all about the esteem of others. It's other people's money. It's how you find your value through other people, with the 2nd house being your money and how you're finding value within yourself. Jupiter's in the 12th house. This is you receiving support from the ruler of this particular moon from shadow work, deep psychological healing, and possibly it's helping you overcome certain fears and releasing certain patterns. We're dealing with both 8th and 12th house themes. This moon is going to help unlock a lot of the things that possibly hold you back from doing those things that you really want to do or should be doing because of the way that you possibly fear, or why you fear what others think about your value. Or possibly you might overcome or understand why you value yourself so little. And this will all be done through some sort of shadow work at this time. So that's how this moon is going to affect you. Let's go to the next one. Virgo, you're up next. This eclipse is happening in your 7th house. Pisces is your 7th house. This means the sun is following in your 1st house. You're trying to strike some sort of balance or find some sort of equilibrium between relationships, partnerships, and yourself. You might be closing out partnerships. You might be beginning partnerships, new relationships, serious relationships at that. And you are receiving support from Jupiter in the 11th house. You get by with a little help from your friends. So it's possible that if, for some of you, you're experiencing a culmination or a breakup of a relationship, that you might be leaning on your friends or your social circles at this time to get you through it. Or perhaps maybe you're leveling up a relationship and you are having to shed some parts of yourself, or even possibly lean into different parts of yourself that you don't normally lean into, in order to really allow yourself to partner with somebody. And maybe your friends are showing you how best you can go about doing that. Or maybe they're expressing or showing to you parts of yourself that you could stand to lose, or you could stand to lean further into in order to make these partnerships work. So that's what I have for you this lunation. Let's go on to the next one. And the next one is Libra, the best rising sign of all the 12 rising signs. I am a Libra rising. So let's get into this, what it means for us. The moon is happening in your 6th house. You can go back and watch the Aries for similar themes. You're dealing with health issues, work issues, day-to-day issues, and possibly even issues with pets. And the sun is in the 12th house of your mental health, dream state, escapism. You are trying to strike a balance between those two things, with Jupiter in your 10th, receiving some support from the career or the legacy. What do you want to be known for? Maybe you're asking yourself that question, and part of that has a lot to do with how you handle work, your work health or your physical health versus your escapist tendencies, or maybe medications that you're taking. I will say, for me personally, how this has played out is I went off ADHD medication and I'm finding my way back to myself, and I'm starting to see how that medication wasn't really helping me the way that I thought it was helping me. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. There's other issues there. I'm not a doctor. So this is not necessarily every Libra story. I'm just giving you a little personal anecdote. See your doctor if you have health issues. Obviously, don't listen to the TikTok astrologer. So that's basically how this is working out for you, is really trying to strike that balance. But because unlike the Aries rising, you are dealing more with like the physical health. So you might be trying to figure out new diets. You might be trying to figure out how to adjust your schedule in order to ensure that everything gets done, to avoid stress, so that you're not dealing with mental health. It's a lot. This is a challenging axis between the 6th and the 12th, because these are challenging houses in astrology, but no less important. Do the work, you'll be fine. Let's go to the next one. And the next one are my Scorpio risings. Let's get into how this lunation is affecting Scorpio risings. The moon is happening in your 5th house. This means the sun is in your 11th house. Jupiter's in your 9th house. What does this mean? It means that you're trying to find a balance between the focus of your children. Maybe some of you guys just had children at this time. Maybe you're dealing with issues of your children. We just went back to school. Maybe there's some issues or challenges there. It's also your hobbies. Maybe the kids going back to school are allowing you more time towards hobbies. Maybe you are focusing on monetizing these hobbies or trying to figure out a way to find more joy in life. The 5th house is a lot about personal joy. The 11th house are your social groups. Maybe you're trying to let go of or release, or you're starting to see how certain social groups or responsibilities that you've taken on within certain social circles are not really serving you anymore. They're not really helping you, achieve your goals. The 11th house is also about your hopes and dreams. And so maybe possibly you are reevaluating hopes and dreams, or trying to let go of your hopes and dreams or take them in a different direction. And with that support from the 9th house, you are also dealing with higher learning. Maybe because of the things that you've learned along the way, there's been many adjustments to the axis between like what you find joy in versus who or what you find joy in, what groups and social settings you find joy in, how you want to spend your time. Maybe new psychology or new philosophies on life or new spiritual perspectives have you rethinking these areas of your life. Maybe the things that you have been pouring your time, energy, and effort into, maybe you had a spiritual awakening when the nodes were in the Scorpio axis back in 2022, 2023. And so now it's completely shifted what you find joy out of in your life. And so this eclipse is really calling on you to focus on this storyline within your life. Stay tuned for the last segment of the horoscopes, the last 4 signs.